In an open restaurant, Tade sits with his clients, eggs freshly served by himself. Unexpectedly, his tardy ex arrives, not amused. She escalates quickly, harassing Tade for delivering the breakup news in person. Removing her dready demeanor, she picks fights, breaking bottles. Tade turns to his friend, Victor, engrossed in the game, sharing his escape from an angry, heartbroken Lagos girl. Tade recounts the experience. Victor, not amused by Tade's job, suggests monetizing it. Tade declines, printing business cards regardless. Tade's second client calls, leaving Victor in amusement and disbelief. Today, Tade meets a new client named Jimmy, who is distraught in his car over a breakup. Jimmy sobs about his inability to provide for his ex-girlfriend's need, pleading with Tade for help. Despite Tade's attempts to console him, Jimmy continues crying. Tade encounters Jimmy's girlfriend and delivers the news of their breakup, citing her cooking skills and snoring habits as reasons. Advising her to move on, Tade facilitates the end of their relationship. Back home, Tade's friends vents over his own breakup, an ongoing saga for 2 weeks. Tade, concerned, listens to his friend's calls and encourages him to use Tade's services, promising swift action in resolving his breakup. In return, Tade offers to introduce his friend to all his acquaintances. Meanwhile, Jimmy's ex-girlfriend, Frances, collapses on the couch, devastated by the end of their 7-year relationship as her sister rushes to comfort her. As his friend calls out to him, Tade rushes downstairs, starting to choke on his words. Victor, hungry, reveals to him the secret conversation he had with Jessica about an abortion. Tade finds it insensitive, but Victor confesses he's still hurting from his past relationship with Zainab. Victor questions Tade's choice of helping men break up with their girlfriends. Frances, Jimmy's ex-girlfriend, descends with a travel box as her sister Feyi tries to intervene. Frances insists on leaving to heal from their 7-year relationship, assuring Feyi she'll be fine. Frances encourages her to enjoy time with her boyfriend. After a long day, Victor shocks Tade by admitting he visited Jessica, the girl Tade helped with an impressive breakfast. Tade looks at his friend, suggesting they start a therapy session with Jessica to salvage their relationship. Despite the challenges, Tade remains determined, taking on another job of serving breakfast. Outside the mall, Tade arrives to meet his soon-to-be ex-client. A lady confronts him, threatening him for allegedly taking her boyfriend. Tade is confused, but as the lady grabs his shirt, screaming accusations, accusing Tade of stealing private parts and labeling him a ritualist. The crowd grows and they begin to beat him. Another lady intervenes, suggesting they confirm Tade's innocence first. Identifying herself as a lawyer, she advises against rash actions. When the accuser tries to escape, the crowd pursues her. As the barista walks away, Tade struggles to catch his breath on the floor. When he turns to thank her, she's nowhere to be seen. The next morning, Tade's friends walk into the room, ready for work. But Tade, still shaking from the mall incident, lacks enthusiasm. Tade praises the angel who saved him, but the client interrupts with news about a family abroad. Despite his friend's attempt to discuss gender equality in ads, Tade remains preoccupied. Arriving at the restaurant to meet the clients, Tade discovers the client's target for breakup is the barista who saved him. Shocked, he steps out to call Victor, asking for help. They devise a plan for Victor to send a breakup message, but the barista dismisses it as a prank. Despite this, they order food together. Back home, Tade and Victor discuss the barista's reaction. Tade suggests sleeping with her to understand women like her better, disappointing Victor. When they ask about Jessica, Victor speaks proudly of her, but Tade walks out, feeling let down by his friend. Feyi is on a call with her sister, Frances, discussing Jimmy's breakup, which also involves Frances. After the call, Tade enters the living room, finding Victor. He asks about a read message on WhatsApp, expressing frustration over Feyi not responding. Minutes later, Tade excitedly shares his plan to engage Feyi, but she postpones the call due to being busy. Victor teases him as he leaves. The next morning, Tade tells Victor he won't give up on Feyi, leading to a playful banter. Victor hands him a delivery of sports suits, surprising Tade, who jokes about Victor wanting to get fit. Later that morning, Tade encounters Feyi jogging on the road, and they exchange greetings. Tade tells Feyi why he's interested in her, but she doesn't respond during the exercise. He suggests watching a movie together, but she asks for feedback first. Back home, Victor helps Tade massage his ankles after their jog, aiming to impress Feyi. While discussing, Tade gets a call from Feyi agreeing to the movie date. As he teases Victor, Jessica calls, making Victor happy. Things seem promising as Tade visits Feyi to offer her a ride to work, and she eagerly accepts. They start jogging together regularly, but one morning, Tade finds pain relievers in his car. Victor complains about Tade cooking for Feyi for free, suspecting Tade's ulterior motives. They bet 100,000 naira on whether Tade will get a call for sex after Feyi eats. To Victor's shock, Tade wins the bet, showcasing his Yoruba demon skills. When Tade invites Victor over that weekend, Victor is stunned. Tade serves egusi soup and abacha, but Victor is disappointed by the taste. Despite pretending to enjoy it, Tade returns home without any bedroom action. Tade recounts his failed bet experience to Victor, who demands a refund of the 100,000 naira. After Tade returns the money, Victor asks for his account details. They search for Tade's missing watch, suspecting Jessica took it. When Tade leaves to search, Victor discovers the watch in Tade's pocket. Another morning, Tade meets Feyi jogging, hoping for a call, but she advises him to be genuine. She encourages him to stop pretending to enjoy activities just to please her, suggesting he be himself. They share a laugh. Feyi's advice resonates with Tade while Victor mocks him over a glass of water. Tade feels disheartened by Feyi's story, but Victor urges him to improve for her sake. During their conversation, Jessica calls Victor, but he hangs up, convinced she hasn't changed. Believing Jessica stole his watch and won't admit it due to her tendencies to lie, Tade storms out. Tade helps Feyi with her shoes, offering to massage her ankles. She discovers Tade freelances for IT work but lies about it. Victor suspects they might be in love but refuses to accept it. On his first day of gig pay, Tade gifts sports sneakers to Feyi. He invites Feyi for dinner and prepares to go to the market. Feyi insists on joining and they leave together. Francis calls Feyi, informing her about Jimmy wanting her back. Tade confronts her but feels uneasy. Feyi shares the breakup incident but decides to let Jimmy and her sister reconcile when Tade talks him. Later, Victor hides from Jessica, revealing she stole from him again. Disappointed, he leaves despite Tade's attempt to talk. Tade receives an interview call and Victor encourages him to share with Feyi about the job and his feelings for her, but he hesitates. The next morning, Tade prepares food for Feyi's promotional exams, earning teasing from Victor. The following day, Victor tricks Tade into believing Feyi is hospitalized, causing Tade to rush in panic. Victor reveals it's a prank but urges Tade to confess his love to Feyi. Tade returns from work to find Victor angry over the watch incident. Victor is hurt by Tade's deceit, leaves him alone, wallowing in his betrayal. Jimmy and Francis reunite, chatting in the living room until Tade and Feyi arrives. Tade introduces Feyi's sister. However, Jimmy stands up angrily, ready to attack Tade with Francis following suit. Feyi intervenes, urging them not to embarrass her guests. Feyi is shaken by their behavior as Tade tries to explain, but Jimmy interrupts, revealing Tade as the professional breakup person who helped him. He explains Tade's breach of their agreement not to hurt Francis, causing Feyi to feel terrible as she escorts Tade out. Alone, Tade explains everything to Feyi, including his own breakup experience. Feyi feels even more hot when Francis joined them, reigniting the fire in the situation. Despite Tade's confession of love, it feels insincere to Feyi. Feyi is distraught by the turn of events, unable to continue their workouts. At Tade's house, Victor still harbors resentment towards him, leaving Tade feeling lonely and sad. He tries to reach out to Feyi, but she ignores him. Francis sympathizes with their situation, cooking for Victor, who refuses to eat. Victor continues to try to reconcile with Jessica, but she remains unresponsive. Finding Victor lying on the bed, Tade admits to speaking with Jessica, apologizing for his actions, but Victor still ignores him. Eventually, Jessica and Victor talk on the phone, and as Tade enters, Victor's behavior becomes strange. Despite Tade bringing bread for Victor, he reveals he's already eaten. Tade shares everything about his situation with Feyi and Victor. Tade abruptly leaves his food to rush to Feyi's house, spurred by Victor's advice not to let her go. Feyi arrives to meet Tade in the living room, intending to walk him out, but Francis intervenes. Tade seizes the opportunity to explain his actions, revealing it was because of his abusive ex-girlfriend who left him after he put her through school. Despite this, Feyi remains angry and orders him to leave, unable to forgive him. That night, Feyi struggles to sleep, torn over whether to forgive Tade. Francis tries to persuade her, but Feyi is reluctant to let go of her anger. The next day, Tade prepares to jog despite his injured legs, eager for feedback. Victor convinces him to rest, massaging his legs on the sofa. Meanwhile, at Feyi's house, she wonders if anyone came looking for her, but no one did. She receives a call, hoping it's Tade, but it turns out to be a business acquaintance. Later, there is a knock on the door, and she opens it with excitement, expecting Tade, only to find Jimmy, who takes Francis to the movies. The following day, Feyi meets Tade waiting for her in her car, and she embraces him. Tade apologizes for not doing enough to seek her forgiveness, and they reconcile with kisses and hugs. At the restaurant, Tade and Jimmy wait for the ladies to arrive in a decorated place where Jimmy plans to propose. As they enter, Jimmy proposes and Francis accepts. They share a group hug with Tade and Feyi. They both hug again. The next day, Tade and Feyi walk into Feyi's apartment, finding Francis absent. They share kisses and hugs, and Tade surprises Feyi with a beautiful necklace, revealing he got a job and thanking her for her support. They share a heartfelt kiss.